Happy Friday! How are you guys doing this Friday after Thanksgiving? How were your Thanksgiving? How did everything go for Thanksgiving? Did you guys cook? I have missed you all. I have. Y'all guys, you see that lighting? My nephew brought over some lighting for me so you don't see it all in my glasses anymore. I think it's great. Yeah, you can see this brown skin better. Thanksgiving was wonderful. Let me see. I cooked macaroni and cheese, ham. What else? Dressing. My sister did greens, turkey, and I was gonna bake some cakes, but by the time I got to the store, there was not a Duncan Hines box on the shelf. And Duncan Hines is the only brand I use. I don't know. I've tried Betty Crocker, but I only use Duncan Hines. But anywho, I'm not here promoting Duncan Hines unless Duncan Hines gonna give me some coins, okay? However, but Thanksgiving was great. I relaxed at home. My oldest son came over, and we just ate and talked, and he made me an intro for my page, which I'm going to have to figure out how to put in front of each video. Like, I can't put it in front of this video. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure it out, okay? But he made me an intro, and I like it. So, anywho, I am here to go over to review. What did I do with it? Sisters season 3, episode, is it 18? From a Woman. It's the name of it. Oh no. See, episode 20. No. Maybe it's episode 20. I can't hardly understand my own writing, and that is so sad. Anywho, so the scene started off with, guys, I told you guys last week, I cannot stand when words are not being spoken. I cannot stand when words are left unsaid. So Zack walked into the house, right? Because he just heard the recording from Hayden. And now he have an attitude. He comes into the house and he goes around the corner to the kitchen, and Fatima's like, so how did it go? I talked to Karen. Oh no, she was like, oh well, you because he had originally said it was only gonna take 30 minutes, and so she was like, oh, so it did, it was short, the meeting was brief or whatever. So by him hearing that tape, all of a sudden he goes into jerk mode, and he was like, I talked to Karen, it's gonna always be Karen, it's always been Karen. We talked, I told her I love her, and we had sex. So now Fatima's in her feelings, and she was telling him get out, and he was like, I'm going to go pack my bag. She said, I already packed them. So she already anticipated it was gonna be some bull crap, She already anticipated the bull crap. However, right, this bull crap is coming back because you didn't bother to say, hey, Zack, hey, boo. I kind of feel like Hayden is listening to our calls. That is, if all of a sudden he's in your business or whatever, I think Hayden is listening to our calls. Like, why not clue him in on it? See, I'm just gonna exhale, okay? So then they start cussing each other out. He grabbed his bag and he leave. Missed opportunity. See, I was about to take some paper and a pen and write Tyler Perry. But he redeemed himself at the end of this episode because I was about to write him and I was going to let him know everything floating up in my mind. I was going to tell him because it was going I can put words to paper really well, okay? So, anywho, I got that from my friend Loretta. She said that. Okay, so anyway, so Zach leave, right? Okay, so Andy and Robin are in bed, and then Andy decides, hey, I really don't want to do this, and, he back off. I guess he was like, you would not say rape. You would not accuse me of rape or being aggressive or any of that, baby. I can get it from wherever. And if you don't want to give it up, hey, somebody else will. So he backed off and, they had a discussion or whatever. And she was like, well, will I see you again? He was like, well, you can call me. Well, no, he said, I'll call you. No, you call me. Just, that way I know, all is well to talk to you if you call me. Okay, cool. So she put her clothes on and leave and going out the door on that shame walk, right? Because it's still a shame walk because you came up to his room. You got mad at your man and came to the hotel looking for Robin. Y'all gonna believe me, baby. She's easy like Sunday morning. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So when as she was leaving out, Zach saw her and he was like, what you doing here? And so she was like, bye, Zach. So he, all mad and bothered and going into the room at the Carlisle. Is it Carlisle? Carlisle? I don't know. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Carlisle Hotel? Okay. So she leaves and go down to the bar. So, okay. Sabrina and Calvin finish up their talk. Okay? So, basically, Calvin have no inhibitions. None. And Sabrina, although she might not be, like boring in bed or whatever, there are just certain things she cannot do, or she's not willing to do, nor do, she don't want to do any of it. Like, she don't want to be a part of any of it. All that pegging stuff and strapping on, and she's not here for it. And guys, I mean, you have to, okay, because I know some people are like, oh, she's so this and she does so that. No, you got to realize, you got to meet people where they are. If you got with a woman and she is not as advanced as you are, then that's what it is, right? If you got with a man and he, he's not as advanced as you are, you have to meet people where they are. And if Calvin really wants to be with her, okay, a lot of that stuff he was telling her make her uncomfortable. Because like I told you all in my last video, she thinks he's like one feather away from being gay. She thinks he's like, if you breathe a little too long, sir, I think you're gay. That's where she's on the fence. Like, she's borderline thinking he's gay, right? Because all the things he wants, I guess she have never experienced it from a straight man saying he want his girl to his, partner or whatever to put a strap on and, penetrate. I guess she have never dealt with that. So again, I think you have to meet people where they are. And if she is not willing to give or bend, and that's her, that's one of them sticky, it's a sticky conversation, because you have to realize, you have people who have no inhibitions, and you have people who are, nah, I don't want that. I don't care for that. And that's just, it is what it is. That's not to say how they feel is right or wrong, or how you feel is right or wrong. That's just saying their sexual preferences are different. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. To me, I think at this point, Calvin and Sabrina need to cut ways, because he's going to eventually want that stuff done to him, right? Maybe it's more like a fetish or whatever. But eventually, if Peggy, because I think I called her Judy the last time, if Peggy does that, right, to him, he might not want it every day or every time, but eventually he wants it. So unless he's going to coax her into doing it eventually, building her nerves up to do it eventually, why are we wasting each other's time? Because sexually, we are just not compatible. So they need to find her somebody, right? And they need to find Calvin somebody. I mean, Calvin is straight. He just have, all these fetishes or whatever. And he wants them, taken care of by a woman, not a man. So, however, I just feel like at this stage in the game, they both know where each other stand. And to me, when they come back for season 4, Sabrina, they need to find her a love interest. They need to find him a love interest, because at this point, it's over, right? It's over. I mean, because think about it, guys. When he wanted the dildo thing and all that, she was freaked out and running, telling the girls, and the lace panties skirt her off. So, guys, like this, to me, I feel like he is way over Sabrina's head. Like, I feel like she would get lost in Calvin. I feel like she would not have her own identity. She would have to completely stop being Sabrina and be somebody else to be all that Calvin need her to be. And at this point in the game, I don't think she's ready for that. So, Tyler Perry, you need to give her a love interest for season 4 and give him a love interest for season 4. Enough of it. So, I'm just going one by one, hitting them. Because when I tell you, every last one of them got on my nerve, they got on my everlasting nerve. Please believe me. So, Karen, she goes to a bar after, last week when she left Zach's house and went and met the pastor and whatever. She goes, okay, so now she's at the bar. So, Aaron comes to the bar. She completely and utterly lost it. Right in front of Aaron. And I don't understand, at what point do you not understand this right here? She's disheveled. She's crying. She's upset. All of this was behind Zach. So at what point do you not say, you know what? Let me take a step back, because this is more than what you're telling me. And just looking at her, if I was Aaron, I would be like, You're sitting here crying because what? Because you thought he was going to, love you. I mean, take you back, or make amends. What were you expecting? And actually, he was the one who told her to go talk to Zach. So you set her up for the failure. And then she go talk to Zach, and Zach told her what she said. Zach didn't tell her. Zach told her, I don't love you and I don't want to be with you. And she's like, he won't say it. What? Was we watching the same show? Because he said it. And he got in your face and said it. Oh. He didn't say, Karen, I love you and I want to be with you. Let's work it out. Oh, that's what you was... Girl, you should have just told us that's what you was waiting on those words, because the words we heard were, I don't love you and I don't want to be with you. Okay. So I guess you're right. He didn't say it. He didn't say it. He didn't. Girl, you had me thinking I was crazy. You had me. Girl, I'm so glad we cleared that up, because you had me thinking I was crazy. Okay. Girl. Okay, girl. So she fell completely apart and ended up leaving the bar. And he's sitting there like, Karen, dude, she had a whole complete meltdown behind Zack. Not because of what y'all got going, but because of Zack. Okay? Right? And so at this point, you looking stupid out here in these streets. You looking desperate and thirsty and everything else, because why are you chasing behind someone that's chasing behind somebody else? Come on, Aaron. You look too good for that. You know, nice looking brother. You chasing behind someone that's chasing behind somebody else. And she's mad and upset. She's mad and upset. And completely lost it. And he was talking and she just, I just don't want to talk about it. Life just sucks. You know, that's what she wanted to say, but she didn't say that. But she was like, I just got to go. She didn't want to hear what you were talking about. You and her were not even on the same wavelength. This girl is trying to figure out, why is Zack doing her this way? Why is Zack not wanting to get back with her? She is not thinking about you. Again, you chasing behind somebody that's chasing behind somebody else. Dude. No. Okay? So she leaves. And he shows up at her door. And he shows up, and you know, she let him in or whatever, and so they go into another conversation, some more dialogue, and you know, she was like, he didn't say it, and he was like, well, do you need him to say it? You know, half of my heart is here and half of my heart is there, but the half that's over there was Zack. You might want to kind of like scoop it up and place it over here on this half with Aaron, because Zack done moved on. Like, baby, okay. You know, last week we had a little moment, and I think the week before we had a moment. And I'm gonna take all the time you need, Karen. I'm gonna take all the time. We're gonna ABC it out, sweetie. He has moved on. Elvis have left the building. What else? It's over. I just don't know how else to put it to you. But I'm gonna be really nice, and I just really want you to hear me. It's over. Right? Unless your name is Fatima, he ain't paying you any mind. Right? Please don't do that to yourself, sister. Don't do that to yourself. So that half of your heart that's over there, scoop it up and put it with this half and make a whole heart, and then take that and just give it to Aaron. Do that for yourself, because you're making a fool out of yourself, and your man is making a bigger fool out of himself. You know, half of my heart is over there and half of my heart. No, baby, scoop that up that's over there and put it over here and make a whole heart and give it to Aaron. Okay? And move on. So Calvin goes home and he tell Maurice everything that he told her, and he was like, you told her all of that? So you know her and her girlfriend's having a good kiki off of you. And he didn't understand it. You know, he didn't understand that he went too far. Because actually, well, he was just being honest. Really, is it a such thing as going too far when you're being honest? When you say lay it all out, is it a such thing as going too far? I don't think so. It is what it is at the end of the day. So, oh, guys, I've been suffering all week with these allergies and sinuses. And it don't help that I sleep in front of a fan, but I do. And even with my ceiling fan on, my AC on, I don't know. Maybe I think I'm going through the change of life and I get hot and I don't know. Whew. I just know I can't be hot. So, that was Maurice, Calvin, Danny. So, she's over there riding old cowboy. She pop off and they was talking or whatever. He jump up, put his underwear on. He get ready to go. No shower, nothing. Just put his clothes on and ready to go. So a picture fell out his wallet, So, cause like I said, Danny has reduced him down to a booty call. So he's treating you like what it is. Because you know what? I think Preston is like, you either going to want all of it or nothing. Because he was trying to be in a relationship with her, and all of a sudden, she didn't want him around, and it's like, you confusing. But you want him to stay when you want him to stay. Well, you don't have to leave. Well, I want you to stay. He was like, no, I got to go to work tomorrow. So this picture fall out, cute little white girl, and he said it's his cousin. Well, technically, she was married to my cousin. So there's no blood ties. Like, what? And you know what, women? I'm going to say it like this. My man ain't staying with a cousin that's no longer a cousin. Like, nah, we have a problem with that. I would have a problem with that. No. I don't know who you're playing with or whatever, but no. So she was like, you live with her? She was trying to play it cool and all this stuff. Okay, I think at this point, Danny's going to have to tell him to move back, or she's going to have to find some other way. Because to me, she reduced it down to a booty call. And now, to me, it's like, okay, he comes over to do what they do, and he's ready to go. Like, he's not investing too much of his time other than that. But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. Danny made it like that. So I think Danny's gonna have to seriously decide what are you in Preston? What are you in Preston? What are you trying to make it? What do you want it to be? Because at this point in the game, he's a nice looking guy. Got money, so he can have whoever. I mean, he country and all, but still. He can have whoever. So if Danny wants him, she's going to have to stop all that foolery, all that madness. And girl, she's going to have to just, hey, I move back. She's going to have to swallow that pride she have and move back. It ain't hard. So, let's see. So, Fatima, okay, so, Andy calls Fatima and tell her come down to the Carlisle, she to have a drink with her, whatever. Now they good friends. But you guys remember she told him she wasn't her good friend. So, she was like, what are you doing here? Robin and her. She was like, I know, I was upstairs. I almost gave him some. And she was like, what? Ooh, I hate that. She was like, I almost gave him some, whatever. She was like, why you acting like that? And she was like, Zach, he said he and McCarran met up and had sex. And she was like, what? They don't say, what? That ain't what Karen, when I talked to Karen a couple days ago, they wasn't in that spot, in that place. And she was like, what? So then she said, this is when Tyler became back my good buddy. She said, how did it go with Hayden? And she said, well, if he come in tomorrow wearing an orange shirt, then I know for a fact. She said, why orange? She said, then I know for a fact he would listen to the phone call. It clicked. That's why Zach acting stupid. So she said, I gotta, what room did you say Zack was in? And so she goes upstairs to talk to Zack. While Zack was upstairs, his personal banker called and told him the money he had left on the stocks, I think what was it, like 287,000, grossed him $1.7 million, because the stock is I need to invest in that stock. So the stock hit again, like it hit again. And so she was like, so Zack said, put $1 million in his account and they'll invest the rest of it. So Fatima goes to the room, knock on the door, and he opened the door, whatever, and he was like, I'm busy. She said, you better tell her, I got to talk to you or whatever. So she said, well, where is she? Oh, she jumped out of the window. She was like, Zack, you're on the 20th floor. Boy, quit playing with me or whatever. So she said, have you talked to Hayden? And he was like, yeah, he came by the house trying to put in a counter offer. And so he was still in his feelings. And so he said, yeah, but I ain't nothing or whatever. You know, finally she said, yeah, because I think he recorded my calls. He was like, oh, that figures. And he played the call, what was sent to him. And so he was still in his face. She was like, hold on. Because, you know, he ain't trying to hear, but she was like, hold on. So she called her friend. And the friend, she was like, hey, thank you for helping me out today. She was like, I know. She said, you know how I feel about him. She said, I know you love him and all. And, you know, she started talking all the little girl business. And she's like, bye. Hung up the phone now, you know. So Zack knew that it was, you know, now they okay. So she said, let me go downstairs and get my purse and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, girl, do Andy have your purse? Because Andy left, honey. By the time she went down, the scene was going to Andy going home. So she goes home. Gary's there. And, of course, you know, she goes home and he's all of a sudden now he's not a fright to touch her, and he's not, you know, he's wanting to be intimate or whatever. And I'm thinking, isn't he gonna smell Robin on her, like his cologne or whatever? Because they did not disrobe. I mean, you know, her bra and panties and stuff was out, but I mean, no, her bra was out, but she had on the skirt. So I'm thinking, well, isn't he going to smell Robin on her? Because I'm thinking, okay, he going to smell another man whose cologne is this. All of a sudden, he started going down and he jumped back up and he was like, why are your underwear on backwards? Oh. So, how did that happen? Because when she was laying there in that bed, she had on a skirt. So, again, maybe that was just some miswritings or whatever. So next week, you know, now she got to explain all of that to this psycho. And y'all already know he is crazy. You see, he was trying to move her out in the middle of nowhere. Baby. Look, Andy loves some drama. She loved her some drama. And she loved men that have drama associated with them. So that's why her and Gary is a big match. Because she loves exactly what he's dishing out. All that crazy, she loves it. She loves it. So, again, I truly believe Robin is a snake. I believe that he read her file. He knows she's easy. And he's just waiting on his chance to, you know, get him some of that easy cooch. I really believe that. That's what he's waiting on. So, I think that was all of it. I think that was everybody. Karen, Danny, Sabrina, Andy, Karen, Andy, Sabrina, Danny, and Fatima. And the only one that have any sense is Fatima. Because, baby, she went up there and got her man. She went up there and got her man, baby. Do you hear? She went up there and got her man. Okay, guys. That was my review for Sistahs Season 3 episode. I think it might be episode 20. Sean's Journey out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I am really close, really close to getting to my 1K. really, really close, guys. Please help me share this video. Share it to your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. I will see you guys later.